In this lesson, we will connect the rigs that we've created for the feet to our IK leg controls. Let's go to wireframe mode. So make it easier for us to go in and select these helpers. We'll need to link together. We'll grab our link tool and we'll want to link the ankle to our foot helper, the foot to the toe to our heel, and then we want to link from the heel to our bank helpers. So we can link to the left first and then the right, and then this all gets tied back to our animation control. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and grab our ankle helper to make sure we are selecting the correct helper, and we'll go ahead and link to our foot helper. Remember, we can press page up to make sure we have linked to the correct object. Alright, so for the foot, that's going to get linked to the toe, and the toe to the heel. Feel free to make a song out of this. Alright, we'll go ahead and take the heel and link to bank left, and bank left to bank right. Alright, so if we were to grab bank right and start to add some rotation, you can see when we rotate in our x-axis, notice we're controlling the entire foot, so that's how we'll get our banking control. Let's go ahead and take this helper and link to our foot control. So we'll go ahead and link that right to NML leg IK. So now when we grab that foot control and start to rotate, you can see we're going to drive the entire foot that way. When we go to our move tool, we'll be able to translate the entire leg. Alright, let's say we go ahead and freeze transforms on our helpers. We'll go ahead and grab bank right, hold down control, press page down, and now we can right click and choose freeze transform. Alright, we're now ready to establish our constraints. So let's start with our orientation constraints. We know we need to take our ankle bone and have that orientation constraint to our foot helper. So go ahead and alt-right click, grab the orientation constraint, and apply it. Now, we'll want to take our foot bone and orientation constraint to the toe helper. Let's go ahead and test things out. I'll go ahead and grab the foot helper, and we could start to add some rotation here. So you can see we're getting a little bit of separation. That's happening for a few reasons. We need to decide where the IK goal should be relinked to. So it needs to follow the system. Let's go ahead and grab our link tool and make sure that this is linked to the ankle helper. And then we can go ahead and freeze its transforms. Alright, now we're not quite done yet. Remember, the ankle bone itself, this is not following anything. Remember, we have linked it to this helper here. And if we were to press page up, we could see it's all tied to our global control. But its position needs to be locked down by something. So we can go ahead and take this helper for our ankle bone and have that position constraint to our ankle helper. Let's go ahead and do that. So with PTDRV ankle selected, we'll go ahead and right click and grab our position constraint, tie that to our ankle helper for our reverse foot rig. Now, when we go ahead and grab the foot helper and start to rotate, we should notice that we're starting to get the correct amount of rotation. Great. So everything's working just fine. I'll go ahead and grab the heel, test that out. Beautiful. And take a look at our banking control. We'll make sure to set up a convenient way to control these objects in the following lesson. But there we have it. That's basically what we needed to do. Now you'll see that when we grab our leg control, as we start to move this around, the entire leg will follow. Great. So we'll want to do the same thing for the right side. All right, so just to go through these steps, remember we want to take our ankle helper and go ahead and link that to our foot. From there, we take the foot helper, link that to the toe. We'll want to now take the toe, link that to the heel. And if you'd like to go in the same order that we have used for our left side, we can now take the heel and link that to the helper on the left side. and then link the bank helper on the left to the one on the right. This gets linked to our animation control. And now with bank right selected, we'll press Control page down, highlight everything, Alt right click and freeze our transforms. Let's go ahead and set up our constraints. We know that we need to take the ankle bones helper, PTDRV our ankle. We know we need to go ahead and position constrain that to the reverse foot rigs ankle helper. All right, so we can take care of that now. We can go ahead and take our ankle bone and orientation constrain to the foot helper. We'll grab the foot bone and orientation constrain to our toe helper. All right, now for the IK goal, remember we need to make sure that that will be linked to the ankle helper. And now we can go ahead and freeze its transforms. Beautiful, so let's go ahead and test everything out. We always want to get into the habit of testing our rig. And notice everything is working great. Let's go ahead and grab our leg control and start to move that around. That's beautiful. Going to go ahead and test our banking control. There we go. Start to rotate. Perfect. All right, well, that finishes up our work for this lesson. We're making great progress on the feet. In the next lesson, we'll go ahead and set up those auxiliary channels so we can drive all of these helpers that we've created.